Hello, and I'm Whitney Weibel, and today I'm going to walk you through the StartSmart program documents. As always, I like to share our website, adfa.arkansas.gov.
This is Derek Rose. I'm Director of Outreach and Communications. I wanted to update you guys on the new website. So we have three options now. If you go to adfa.arkansas.gov, you'll see home ownership, development finance, and housing development. Home ownership will take you to the homeloans.arkansas.gov website, which is still available to our potential home buyers. Right there is where you will find out about ADFA programs. If you're a potential home buyer, you can get our current loan rates and you can find a lender. This has been made, I think, a bit easier. So all you have to do is put in the city that you're looking for. You can put in a radius of however many miles you want to search in that area. You can even use your current location to find a lender, and you can find one there. So that is the homeloans.arkansas.gov website. For you as a loan officer, you're going to go to the hamburger menu right here in the top left-hand corner. You're going to hit that. You'll see the drop-down menus. On the drop-down menu, home ownership, there are all our programs. You'll also sign up for program updates here or sign up for a daily rate sheet. But what's going to be important to you is our lender resources. You hit the lender resource page. That's where you're going to find our Midas portal, program guidelines. When they're updated, they will be found right there. You can get to your compliance forms for the StartSmart program. You can download all your exhibits right there. Also some flyers and marketing materials available. Again, you can also get your latest announcements by going here and signing up for program updates. You can get your daily rate sheet by signing up down here. So there's two places to get that information. Also, other lender training resources. This goes to our Go to Stage training channel where you will find videos to get yourself more familiar with our programs. Hope that's helpful, and I will now get you back to the training you're watching.
But here is also the compliance documents. Since we have you guys having to get your loan ready and then upload the complete compliance package within 5 business days, we wanted you guys to be able to access these documents early. The other place that you can access them is actually on your lender portal. They're going to be over on your main page on lender forms and documents, and you can download all the compliance docs early on that main page of your lender portal. But let's kind of get into it. We have one loan today for our StartSmart program, and that's for Mr. Marvin Martian. And we've already gone in and we've printed our forms, our compliance package, off the lender portal. The DPA package is a closing package, so we'll get to that in just a minute. So let's go through our compliance package. We'll make that big for everybody. So you will want your reservation confirmation page downloaded. This doesn't go anywhere with ADFA, but it is something that you as a lender will want to look at. Next, you have your pre-closing checklist. So once you download your pre-closing checklist, you're able to see everything that we're going to need within those 5 business days if it counts for you. So in that compliance package that we have for you guys, where it would either autofill or be fillable, we have Exhibit A, and that is the notice of potential recapture. This is just a signature. It can be electronic. We prefer for everything to be signed at the same time, but this absolutely can be an electronic signature. It's just very important that you go over this form with your borrower in great detail.
And you can let your borrower know that ADFA will, if this is triggered in any way, ADFA will pay any of those recapture fees.
We have Exhibit B, and this is a affidavit. So Marvin and his wife Marcia are stating that this is where they currently live, whether it's in a new or an existing property. This is going to be the address in which they are purchasing, and whether or not that is or is not in a targeted county. You'll want them to go over the principal resident certification, the new mortgage certification, and then whether they have or have not filled out their tax returns. Page 2, the sales price is going to go on that second paragraph right there. And as you scroll down, then you'll see that the borrowers are going to not only list their income on this line, but then how many people reside in the home and how many spouses and note holders reside in the home. Page 3 is a signature and a date and a notary. So this one must be signed in person. Then there's Exhibit C. Exhibit C is the notice to the borrower. And this again is a signature. This also can be electronically signed. Now, will your borrower need Exhibit D? This form is specifically for if they own a rental property. Otherwise, we will not need it uploaded with our package. If they do need it, it does need to be notarized. So obviously that is a wet signature. But if you do not need this form for your borrower does not currently own a rental property, we will not need it. It's okay to leave it out of the compliance package. Exhibit I is a non-purchasing spouse income affidavit. So if let's say that Marcia is not on this loan with Marvin, that is when we would need this affidavit. If you are already giving it to us because they are both borrowing, they're both borrowers on the loan, we do not need an Exhibit I, okay? This again is a form that would have to be notarized, so this would be a wet signature, but it is just if you have Marvin Martian purchasing the home without her listed, that is when we would need the Exhibit I and all of her income uploaded with it. Exhibit K is only needed if your borrower currently has a manufactured home. Otherwise, we again will not need this with the compliance package. This is a notarized document, so it is a wet signature. Again, this is only if your borrower currently owns a manufactured home. And that is it for the documents that we have available for you for compliance. So once compliance happens, once we finish with compliance, this is our side of everything, by the way, for you guys to see. We go in here and we'll say, okay, great. The compliance package was perfect. We uploaded it. We're going to put it into commitment. And if I go into print forms, now I've got the closing documents. So I've already downloaded all the closing documents from post-closing checklist down for StartSmart. And for DPA, it's just these 4 documents. If this was a move up, you would only have a reservation confirmation and a move up post-closing checklist. Everything else comes from you, just like how this is only our exhibits for you guys. Okay? So let's go through those documents. So we have our post-closing checklist. The biggest condition that we have on this is that the borrower's names are not correct, because when you've printed them, you've either left out a middle name or an initial, or the signature has not been done by you as the lender. So make sure that those are always filled out so that we also have a point of contact for you guys. So for our exhibits for closing, we have Exhibit E, which is the borrower's affidavit. This date on this second paragraph is actually the date that Exhibit B was signed. Again, remember Exhibit B from the compliance package? That date is what has to go on this line. Then we have that nothing has changed from that form, or things have changed, and if they have, we have to fill it out down here. We've got our signatures and our notary. So again, this does have to be wet signed. Next, we have Exhibit F. Exhibit F is for the seller to fill out. So they are going to make sure that they fill out their purchase price. They're going to sign it. They're going to have it notarized. Again, this is a wet signature, and this is signed by the seller. These must be completed at closing. Then we have Exhibit G. So Exhibit G is from you as the lender. So you're going to put in your lender name, so ABC Bank, your mortgagers. You're going to make sure the address is correct. And then you're going to say, yes, we turned in on the tax returns at compliance, or we didn't have to because it's a targeted county, or make sure that the loan amount is in there. And then we are going to sign it and put our title on it. Last, we have Exhibit P, and Exhibit P goes back over that recapture tax. So we're going to tell our borrowers, here's your name, here's the date that the loan closed, here's the address. It is in a non-targeted or targeted county. This is Pulaski, so it's non-targeted. We've got the loan amount. We have this where it will do the calculation for you guys on Exhibit P. If you're ever wondering what it is, it's the loan amount times that 6.25%. That should also fill in for B and C down here. And then we'll have the borrower sign it at the bottom. So again, this is reiterating the recapture tax, stating how there is a potential for it, but that ADFA will cover it if it ever is an issue, but it is just pointing that back out. So again, this is very important to go over with your borrowers. The other thing that StartSmart will ask for is that first mortgage with this rider attached. You're going to download this rider from that lender portal. It is over here, right in the middle there. And so this must be attached to your mortgage for us to clear it. If you've recorded your mortgage and this is not attached, we will ask you to attach it and re-record it, okay? Okay. Oh, I got another pre-closing checklist in here, oops. Okay. And lastly, we have our down payment assistance that was attached to this StartSmart. And we have our borrower's address, the date of the note, the amount of the DPA loan, our borrower's, your name as the lender, and we're going to go through the checklist to make sure that we have everything. One of those things, though, the ADFA doesn't ask for, but FHA does, is the DPA awards letter. So if you send this to us, you'll send it to award.letters@arkansas.gov. And typically Denise is the one that will fill these out and send them back to you guys. This is then completed at closing. Your borrowers will sign over on the right side, but ADFA does not require this from our end, but you will need it as a lender. Let's get into the DPA subordinate mortgage. One of the biggest things that we see is this MIN number missing, or it is not registered on MERS. So make sure that when we get it, you have both the MIN number and that it's been registered. You'll fill in the day, the month, the year. Borrower and spouse must be on this. On top of that, make sure that their vesting is the same as the first mortgage. We've got the DPA loan amount, you as the lender, and under the laws of wherever it is that your organization originated. Sometimes it's Texas, sometimes it's, we had one that was Colorado. It's not always Arkansas. It's going to be your originating location. So you will have to have that, and it should actually match your first mortgage. And then we have the maturity date here. We try our very best to make sure that what we can make fillable is fillable. So again, we've got your lender name right here, existing other laws of blank, that should match this first paragraph up at the top. We're going to make sure that the county matches and that the address matches of the purchased property. And then we're going to scroll down. And make sure that there's a signature. If they are married and it was only Marvin purchasing, we're going to make sure that Marcia is signing as well, or else that will be a condition. It is notarized. And then, of course, make sure that your legal description is attached. It's attached. Finally, in our documents, we got our DPA promissory note. So again, that MIN number needs to match that subordinate mortgage, and it needs to be registered on MERS. We have the closing date, the property address. We've got our borrowers listed here. The loan amount, you as a lender, organized and existing under the laws of blank. Again, remember that is your originating state. We'll scroll down here and the sales price will be listed right here. Right here. We have our interest rate. We have our first payment date on this first one and our maturity date on the second. Page 2 is asking where the borrower is going to make payments. You are going to fill that out as your address as the lender. Once it's purchased, the borrower will then get a letter from Service Solutions on how to make that payment. But this closes under your name as the lender. Your monthly payment amount is in there. We can scroll down to page 4, where we're going to get signatures, dates, and then make sure that this page 4, this pay to the order of Arkansas Development Finance Authority without recourse, is filled out. You will get conditioned for it to be endorsed to ADFA if it is blank. You can also always attach an allonge. However, we've tried our best to make this easy for you guys and put out that page 4 for you. And then just like the mortgage, make sure that legal description is attached. Okay, if you have any questions whatsoever on any of these documents, please make sure that you reach out to lender.questions@arkansas.gov. One of us will get to you as fast as we possibly can. Thank you so much. Have a good day.